Money, it answereth all things. I struggled last year. 2020 I struggled. I got fired. I think I must have shared that before. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is Sarah Unfiltered. Today, like the title says, I'm gonna be sharing 23 things I learned at 23. So for people that don't know, the whole point of me doing this whole 7 days YouTube challenge was to show myself. It is more like a birthday gift to myself, to show myself that I can be consistent, that I can do whatever I want to do. It's a mental thing, and you know what, it's very boring to me, but the most important thing is that you out there watching, the very few people that have been watching my videos have actually been enjoying it, and I really appreciate your feedback. So tomorrow, which is the 28th of January, it is going to be my birthday. I love that I was born in January. I feel like January has the coolest people ever, but I hate that January is the month where everyone is broke. So every year I say I'm going to plan so much for my next birthday, and by the time it's my next birthday, I'm like, oh shit, I'm broke again. So I'm not doing anything on my birthday and everyone around me is broke as well, so I never really get to receive gifts. But one thing I really appreciate is the fact that I get a lot of people who pray for me. That is something I'm not going to take for granted, at least as they cannot give me money, they are praying for me. But the point is, I want to share 23 things I learned at 23. So I was 23 all through 2020. 2020 is a year that we're never ever going to forget in our lives. Like, I don't think anybody who is alive is going to forget the year 2020 and all of the drama that it brought. Aside the major world drama, which is coronavirus and then the EndSARS protest and people who were killed and yada yada yada, we all had personal lessons that we learned, and I'm going to be sharing mine with you. Some of them are funny, some of them are cool, and the truth is, this is legit. Like, I know that I had the idea of doing this particular content way back in June, and I said by the time I'm turning 24, I'll be doing the 23 things I learned in 2020. So let us just get straight into it. I should have just brought like a drink or something so that I'll be drinking and talking. I was really writing down the things that I was learning, you know. So some of them were life lessons, some of them were like personal lessons, some of them were just basic fun things that I actually had to pay more attention to. So sit back, relax, get a cup of water, get a cup of tea, whatever you want to use. Just take something, feel very comfortable, and enjoy my life lessons. 23 lessons I learned at 23. Number one, I'm going to be looking this way because I wrote down everything here. So I wrote it here. So yeah, I'm going to be looking this way. I'm sorry, but I told you guys I really wrote them down. Number one says, life is a process. There is time for everything. I learned that life is in stages. There's time for everything. Like, there's a time destined for everything to happen. Whether you are fighting or working so hard for it to happen, when it is time for it to happen, it would happen. There is time for everything. That is a key lesson that I learned last year at 23. The next one is, what is yours will come to you eventually. I realized last year that I struggled last year. 2020 I struggled. I got fired. I think I must have shared that before. I got fired at a job for absolutely no reason. There was no one I could talk to. I literally kept it a secret from my mom. I don't know if she eventually watches this video. That's when she'll know that I got fired. But I did get fired during the lockdown. I really struggled, and I noticed that I was struggling for some things. I was working hard for some things, but they just weren't forthcoming. But there were things that I really did not struggle for, things I didn't lobby for, things I didn't speak to anyone for, things I didn't work hard for, and they came to me. And then it made me realize that what is yours will come to you eventually. The third thing that I learned is that Bolly is an elite meal. If you listen to my show on Max Hits, Real Skills, my co-host, always talks about how he gets me Bolly every day. The truth is, up until last year, I had never used my money to buy Bolly before. So let me give you a quick backstory of how we started. So I love corn. I love corn so much. Excuse me, roasted balls, I don't discriminate. I really love corn. So there's someone outside of my office who sells corn, and when corn season was over, I actually always get depressed like first 1 month of corn season, because like something I eat every day, I stop seeing it again and I have to wait for it to come back. It's like I'm in a long distance relationship with corn. But that aside, she started selling Bolly, and I really liked the woman because she was my customer. So once I just decided, okay, you know what, let me just buy Bolly from her. I was hungry and I mean, I like planting. Let me just buy it. I always used to see it like, if I use 200 naira to buy one bolly or two bolly, I can use that 200 naira to buy a bunch of plantain, but I just closed my eyes that day and I said, okay, let me try. And since then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been eating bolly almost every day, and I realized that bolly is actually an elite meal. It is an elite meal. It is fire. Bolly is fire. Bolly is as good as your fried plantain. It's as good as your porridge plantain. Bolly is fire, literally. So if you've never had bolly before, you should definitely try and take bolly because it is so good. The next one is love does not have to be perfect. Growing up, I always thought that love was perfect, that love was, basically this is how it used to work with me. Once the butterflies are over, I'm done. But last year I learned that sometimes you just, it's a choice. Sometimes there are no butterflies, and it's a situation of, do you want this person? Do you want to be with this person? I learned that love is not perfect. I learned that nobody is perfect, really, and that someone could really be putting out a shitty behavior, and yeah, here you are trying to find ways to work through it. So I really learned that love is not perfect. The next thing I learned, which is number 5, is people treat you the way they value you. This is so true. I don't know why until last year I did not realize this 100%, but really now I do. People treat you the way they value you. Anyone who's treating you bad, anyone who's talking to you like shit, treating you like crap, they don't value you. Really, they honestly don't. Even when they think they do, they don't. Like, you would see the way someone who treats you like shit would treat someone that they respect and value. So people treat you the way they value you. So pay attention to how you're being treated by a particular person. I don't know who's listening, but pay attention to that. The next one is that I'm not perfect. So over time, I used to think that I was perfect. Well, not exactly think like I was perfect. I used to think that I was a catch. I always had this mindset that I'm a catch. Nobody can leave me. Nobody can leave me. Like, it's me. It's Sarah. That's how I always used to see it in my head. But last year, I realized that even though I got to extreme, I moved from I'm a catch to I'm shit. I really struggled last year, mentally, every way. I really did. But right now, I'm trying to find a balance. That's like something really bad about me, because there's never really a balance with me. I'm always very extreme, or always, very cold. Like, I'm never in the middle ground. So I moved from, I'm a catch, like super confident bitch, to, wow, someone can really be with me and decide to not be with me, because I'm not all that. Yeah, I moved from that to that. And yeah, I'm not perfect. I can come out boldly to say I'm not perfect. It doesn't mean that I'm not a great person. It doesn't mean that I'm not amazing. Oh, by the way, I've started doing affirmations for myself again. I don't know why I stopped before, but now early in the morning, first thing, that's what I do. But yeah, I understand now that I'm not perfect. Before I used to go, I'm the shit, and then I move from, I ain't shit, and now I'm like, I just have to find the middle ground between I'm the shit and I ain't shit. The next thing that I learned, which is number 7, is pride and relationships do not work. Pride and relationships do not work. It's either you choose the pride or you choose the relationship. You must swallow one. Either pride or relationship. Pride and relationships do not mix. If you want that relationship to work, you have to swallow your pride. You have to swallow your ego. And you have to make you work if you want it to work. But if your pride oversees or supersedes the importance of that relationship to you, then you see it's not going to work. Pride and relationships do not mix. The next thing that I learned is God is the most important thing in the world. See, I always knew this, but I feel like it was clearer to me last year while I was 23, that God is the most important thing in the world. I could really be feeling so down, so bad, so heartbroken, and I remember that God lives inside me. Just last year, I know there were points where I felt I don't want to call God because I'm sad anymore, or I don't want to call God because I want to ask for something. I lost today, my prayer now turned to God. I just want to pray to you, thanking you. Like, I'm just done complaining, done crying, done, and yeah, God is really the most important thing in my life. Really is. The next one is number 9, which is it always works according to God's plan. You can see that most of my words are like I didn't write all this in one day. Anyone that comes in my head, anyone that I feel like, okay, this is lesson learned for today, I write it down. It always works according to God's plan, really. It always does. There's this thing I saw one time: we plan and God laughs. It is very true, because I know that some pastors, or I used to be of the school of thought that you make things happen, things don't happen to you, blah blah blah. Yes, that works, but at the same time, when it's time, it's time. The most important thing is, are you prepared at that time? When it's time for you, it is time. The truth is, sometimes you might not even be in your holiest state or your most righteous state, or you understand. But when it's time, when that thing is time for it to happen to you, it will happen to you. The next one is number 10. I wrote again, I am not perfect. Something bad must have happened at the time, but me say, you know what? I'm really not perfect, because I just never really looked through it until now that I'm reading it. I'm not perfect. I learned that again, that I'm not perfect, but it doesn't mean I'm not amazing. I am amazing. Yeah. The next one is Telemundo. Telemundo and romantic comedies ruined my perception of what love should be. Yes, I had really high expectations and high hopes of what love should be. I know that earlier in my life I really struggled with it, because whenever I stopped feeling like butterflies and flowers, when it stopped, not like I receive flowers, I've never received flowers, I'm just saying, whenever I stopped feeling like butterflies and flowers, I just bounced, like, I'm not even there for this. But as I got older, I realized that that's not what it is. So romantic comedies will have you do see shitty things, like the guy all up in your face, or the girl all up in your face doing some mushy, like, it's just so beautiful and so perfect. Whereas that's not what it is. So yes, I learned it fully, like 100%, that all those Mexican telenovelas, Telemundo, and romantic comedies really ruined my perception of what love is. The next one is, you cannot love someone into loving you. Yeah. People decide if they want to love you, no matter how amazing you are, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how rich even you think you are, no matter how much of a catch you think you are. You cannot love the person into loving you. Your head is like, but why is he not loving me? Why is she not loving me? It's like, well, darling, these things happen. So yes, that is a lesson that I indeed learned. The next one is, speaking up for yourself comes with reactions you might find uncomfortable. Yes, I realize that sometimes I don't know, sometimes, like I said, I'm never in between. So sometimes you might be really doing shitty things, really being like doing annoying things, and I just wouldn't react. I wouldn't say what, I wouldn't do anything. I'm just in my head trying to ignore you, trying to find ways to ignore you, And then one day my cup will full, and it's like, okay. And then I speak up for myself. But I realized that a few times I did speak up for myself, I never really thought of what the reaction is going to be, what the other person I'm talking to, how that person is going to react to what I'm saying, or how I'm saying what I'm saying. So, but most times, the truth is, I don't even regret like speaking up for myself. But now I'm more prepared that when I speak up for myself, I'm prepared to maybe lose that friendship or lose that situation, or now I know that speaking up for yourself comes with reactions, comes with actions that you might not be prepared for. But going into 24 tomorrow, I am definitely prepared for that. The next one now is I am evolving. Oh yes, I am. Things that I used to like when I was 19, things that I liked when I was 21 are not things that I liked at 23. I'm very sure now that by the time I'm celebrating 25, that they would still not, that some things that I like now are things that I just might not like at that time. The next one again that I wrote is, it takes one day for life to turn around. This has happened so many times, both for good, both for bad. This was something that happened to me last year, both for good, both for bad. In one day, in 1 second, in 1 minute, poof, it's a new life. Wow. Like, oh my god, it's a new life. Oh wow, oh my god, it's a new life. I learned that, really. The next one is, be at the right place at the right time. This is my story for 2020. I was at the right place at the right time, even though it didn't feel like it at the time. But looking back, I know that God made it happen. So yes, always be at the right place at the right time. For Christians like me, always talk to the Holy Spirit to, to direct you, to make the right decisions, to really be at the right place at the right time. For people who are non-Christians, just pay attention to your instincts and just be very in what's it called, in sync with the universe, I believe. Yes. The next thing I wrote down here is not everyone you call friend calls you friend. The next one is online friends right the hardest for you. I think I learned this a long time ago. Not like your real friends don't, but those people that you've never met before. I feel like, okay, yes, expectations are not high for people that you've never met, people that you just talk to online. But the way they ride for you, like, you guys are the real MVP. I have friends that I've not seen before. We've been talking for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, never met online, and we're that cool. They're the best. They're the best. The next one here that I learned, the next lesson I learned, love is not perfect. I wrote that again. Wow. Yes, love is indeed not perfect. So the next thing here is money is very important. Money. It answereth all things. Money is so important. Things that no, I don't even want to feel bad, but 2020 taught me that I needed to make money by all means, but the legal way, obviously, not in a bad way, legal way, the right way. I needed to make money. Then, no, this other one here says, I'm still not emotionally intelligent. I have tried for so long to be emotionally intelligent. I'm better though, but I'm still not where I'm supposed to be emotionally. Like, I'm not yet fully in control of my emotions. Whether happy, whether sad, I'm just not fully, like, I'm not in charge. I let it overweigh me or overtake me, which is not supposed to be, but I'm trying my best. I'm really trying, like, I'm consciously trying my best to be happy or control my overexcitement, that kind of thing. Yeah, so yeah. Then this other one, red wine is amazing. Number 22, red wine really is amazing. I found out. But I know I drank more last year, and I realized that red wine does something. It gives you this sort of confidence, it really does. And then the final one is, it's okay to not be where you want to be. It's really okay. Like, all I want for my 24th is really to just relax. I just want to relax. I just want to make YouTube videos. I just want to be on radio. I just want to be on TV. I just want to relax. No unnecessary pressure. I'm just going to take it one step at a time. It's really okay. I mean, I'm 24. I know all the things I imagined life was going to be for me. I finished uni at 19. So in my head then, by 21, I was supposed to be made. I was supposed to be settled. Now I'm about to be 24, and it's like, people come and tell me that, oh, you're young. But I don't feel young because I didn't start life like with my mates, really. I don't have friends that are my age. Yeah, I didn't start life with my mates, really. And it's been this is the 5th year, but by October it'll be 5 years that I finished school. And I'm still not where I want to be, really. I'm not at all. It gets me sad sometimes. But yeah, it's okay to not be where you want to be. It's okay to not be where you want to be. The most important thing is that you're not where you used to be. I'm really not where I used to be. I'm not where I want to be at all, but it's okay. It's really okay. So yeah, so these are the 23 things that I learned from being 23. Yeah, I'm about to become 24 right now, and I pray to God that all my dreams come true. My YouTube channel does well. My life really gets better. My family is better. Life is awesome and perfect. I really cannot wait for that to happen. So yes, I'll see you on my very next video, which is my birthday vlog. Yeah, I'm going to post a birthday vlog. See, I always cry on my birthdays, but I'm going to try my best to not cry tomorrow. Nothing will make me sad. I will not shed tears tomorrow. I will not cry tomorrow. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be glad. I'm just... bad energy, stay far away. I'll see you guys in my next content. Yeah, happy birthday in advance to me. Bye bye guys, and please subscribe to my channel. Like, just share my YouTube videos. That's all I really want from you for my birthday. Yeah, bye guys.